Hello everybody, Shasnabate here, and welcome back to Minecraft. So I'm today just going to be kind of doing a quick overview of the grand spawner for this server. Kind of a lot to it. I've been working on it for a while, so let me just take you over to where it is. So, you may notice a couple of things. Including lighting and stuff, and lots of glass. So first we have the main spawner, which was the original basis for this. Then we have the first mob deck, and up here we have the second mob deck with room for expansion to add a third or even fourth mob deck if seen as necessary. However, it's already a super efficient spawner, so I don't think that's much of a problem. So, there's an on and off switch in case you want to, for some reason, turn this off to go inside to upgrade it, do maintenance, kind of whatever you need. It's super helpful to have, especially since when we were first building it, we needed to do a lot of maintenance. Back when it was just this small spawner, there was a ton of maintenance that needed to be done, and it was really tedious, so I built in a lighting system so we could turn on and off everything to get it working. So now you may notice that this is for mobs like zombies, skeletons, stuff like that. But spiders you can't kind of jam up the system and they can clog it. So what I have down here is I have a bunch of cactus. So when the spiders get stuck down there, they will die in the cactus and it will transport the items. I can show you the actual system in a minute. But it transports the items down into this separate chest room. It goes down pretty far so you can get your extra string, stuff like that. It's not the most efficient in the world, but it does work, which is nice. It just helps keep the spawner from clogging, which is super helpful, and it makes it so you don't have to go manually unclog it. The biggest benefit is that it just it just keeps everything clear and running smoothly. So let's go down into the main room. So the main room, again, this was originally designed for experience. Well, that stole the block. I'll go get it in a second. So if you look here, the mob... Okay, so I should probably explain how this works before I get too much into it. I'll come back to it. I'll just continue the tour. But yeah, so we've got all the basic enchanting stuff up here for books, all that fun stuff. Down here we have another chest room. It continues down. Then there's a trash chest, and it's kind of a complicated system, but I really did not have a lot of room to work with. Then we've got the main chest room. Which is super nice and super helpful. But I will go more into detail with it in a few minutes here. I should probably tell you how the trash system works. So let's just throw away a bunch of old bows, because you can't really use these for anything. Basically what you do is you load them all up into this chest here. And you can load quite a lot. Now let's say you accidentally load something like that you really wanted back. I'm gonna say my potatoes or something. Oh no, I accidentally loaded my potatoes in. You can open this up and reach inside to come get it back. It's also helpful if something breaks and you need to do some quick maintenance or anything, or you just need to upgrade something. So then the actual like destruction thing is over here. I don't know why I put an iron door. I just had a lot of extra iron, and it's pretty easy. You just I was going to make it automated, but that sound gets really annoying, so I didn't. But now if we come back over here, we can see that it is entirely empty and all the items are gone, which is super nice and super helpful for keeping your system nice and unclogged. I will find the other dirt block that the Enderman stole later. So let's turn this on, and I will explain how it works. So as you can see, mobs spawn, and they go into this little thing down here, which transports them over to this elevator. And this elevator then takes them up. We should see it here in a sec. Yep, and then there we go. And then they go up here, and eventually they move, there. They move all the way down here and fall. And you may be wondering why I built this out of glass. Well, it's because it's a really cool system, and I really like seeing how it works. And from there, it's just smack them around, and yeah. So it's super good, and if you can connect multiple spawners, it can be a very efficient system. I have had worlds where I've had like 3 spawners in a vicinity, like one here, one essentially here, and another over here, and you can connect all of them with this one thing. So it can be very efficient. Now, these upper decks allow you to spawn other mobs, such as creepers, kind of whatever you need. The biggest problem is spiders, obviously, but as I already covered, I have a plan for dealing with them. Spiders will mostly spawn on this upper deck, and that's where I tend to find them getting stuck the most. But it's honestly not a big problem. Now, I built all this glass stuff so I can kind of see into this. Again, I wanted to kind of see into the spawner and show it off. And because you really only need 5 blocks of room about. So you can see that that's about 5 blocks. Because if you have any more, they kind of just tend to walk around. And honestly, I should probably block off the corner to here so they don't walk around as much. But eventually, everything falls down. It falls down to the first deck, and then eventually, it doesn't take very long at the first deck. They walk down here, and you can see the spider trap working. It works extremely well, actually. But then they come, everything ends up down here. And it's just super efficient, super clean and easy, and that's kind of it. If you want the schematics, I don't have them, because I kind of took inspiration from the Derpy and SMP's Grand Spawner, if you guys remember that I was a part of that. But it was a super fun time, and I really, really liked that spawner, and I had so many ideas on how to improve it, but I just couldn't implement many of them. So this is kind of my chance to do that, and it works, and I'm very happy with the results. It is working phenomenally, and I think it's really 10 out of 10. You may have noticed that I also built this thing here. I'm gonna try and keep the higher durability bows. But you may have noticed that this is all built super efficiently, so I can just kind of, yeah. What I wanted to do was make a separate like item sorter, but I'm too lazy to actually build an item sorter, and those things are big, and I don't really have time or patience. But now I can just, and for like massive dumps like what I'm doing here, just getting rid of a bunch of bows, it's super annoying, and I do want an automated system, but I don't have much room, and I don't have enough patience to hear that sound. So what I might do is I might make an automated system that I can break the redstone of pretty easily, like right here, and then just replace it whenever I want to turn it back on or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. But I will go slow over a lot of these spots. Again, so you can get a general sense of how they work. Also, if you see drowns in here, it's simply because of the water elevator. It turns zombies into drowns sometimes, so sometimes you can get items from drowns. Like, I got a nautilus shell, which is pretty cool. But yeah, all you need to start one of these things is you really need a spawner. You don't have to have one, but then you have to use one of these, a mob deck design, and I don't like mob decks as much, but they work really, You can also see that this glass goes all the way around, and I will take you all the way around this deck as well. But you can kind of get a sense. See, each mob deck is about 5 blocks, and I just kind of threw it together, so there. If you wanted to see how long that was. But yeah, another great view. And sometimes mobs will get stuck like that, but then other mobs tend to just push them in. Spiders, again, no matter what, spiders will get a little stuck, but eventually they generally fall into that. It's just super nice, super helpful. I should stop talking. The biggest problem I'm having is with Enderman, because as you can see, blocks are missing here, and it's because Endermen keep spawning in and stealing blocks, and the problem is for that is because these decks are 3 blocks tall. Actually, the second one's 4 blocks tall. That was a mistake I messed up while making it, and I had already mined out everything. Or, basically, that first deck is 3 blocks. Or, it was 3 blocks, and then I was like, oh, hey, and then I just mined up at 4 blocks, and I wasn't paying attention, and I'd already mined everything out by the time, so I wasn't really focused on any of that. But it is... Hi, I'll talk with you in a sec. But it works extremely efficiently. It gets everything done, and let's say I need to get something, and I do need to go inside and do maintenance. Just flip the switch, lights come on, and yes, I did program them to come on in sequence. I like sequence lights. And yeah, sometimes mobs will just stand there, but I mean, you don't always get it perfect. Creepers are probably the biggest threat to this system, but I haven't had any problems with them yet, so yeah. Well, that is my mob farm. So thank you all so very much for watching, and tune in next time when I do this again, and Enderman... Oh, never mind. Yeah. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share if you want. I'll see you on the next one. Ciao, snap it out. Bye.